Clover Power, the secret soil healer that brings dead dirt back to life. If your garden soil is struggling, tired, compacted, lifeless, or just plain dead, then what I'm about to tell you might just flip your entire growing season around. There's a humble plant, often dismissed as a weed, that holds the secret to bringing your soil back from the brink. It's not expensive, not hard to grow, and best of all, it works wonders all on its own. That plant is clover, nature's unsung hero for tired soil. And if you're serious about revitalizing your land, boosting your yields, and creating a thriving ecosystem beneath your feet, this green miracle might just be your best friend in the garden. So, let's get straight into it. No fluff, just the real dirt on how clover can completely transform your soil. Why clover deserves a place in every garden. Clover isn't just some wild nuisance that pops up between your stepping stones. It's a legume, and legumes are unique in their ability to fix nitrogen from the air and return it into the soil in a usable form. That alone should raise your eyebrows. Nitrogen is a critical nutrient for plant growth. It fuels green, leafy development and helps crops establish healthy roots. But rather than reaching for synthetic fertilizers every season, clover does the hard work naturally. When you plant clover, it partners up with special bacteria in the soil to pull atmospheric nitrogen down into its root nodules. Once that clover plant dies back, is mowed or tilled into the soil, that stored nitrogen becomes immediately available to surrounding plants. That's not all. It also improves soil structure, attracts pollinators, suppresses weeds, prevents erosion, and boosts organic matter content over time. Improved soil structure attracts pollinators, suppresses weeds, prevents erosion, boosts organic matter content over time. Revive compacted and depleted soil with clover's deep roots. One of the most dramatic changes gardeners report is how clover helps break up compacted or clay-heavy soils. Clover roots are incredibly persistent. They dig deep, even into tough ground, and break through layers that water and air can't usually penetrate. This creates tiny channels in the soil, improving aeration and drainage while giving beneficial microorganisms room to breathe and multiply. Over a single growing season, a patch of clover can loosen up hardened beds and make them easier to work with. If you've ever dealt with cracked, bone-dry dirt that repels water like concrete, you know how valuable this benefit is. Clover turns hardpan into a sponge again, holding moisture without drowning your plants. The fastest way to fix your soil with clover. Here's exactly how to use clover to bring your soil back to life. Start by choosing white Dutch clover or crimson clover. Both are incredibly effective and readily available. Broadcast the seed over your prepared soil in early spring or fall, depending on your climate. Rake it in lightly and water thoroughly. For every 1,000 square feet of garden space, you'll need about 1 to 2 ounces of seed. Mix that seed into about 1 gallon of clean, room-temperature water to create a slurry, if broadcasting by hand. It'll help the seed settle and stick without blowing away. Keep the soil consistently moist for the first week or two. Clover germinates quickly, usually within 5 to 10 days, and you'll see a vibrant green carpet forming soon after. Once established, it needs very little maintenance. If you're using it as a living mulch, just mow it occasionally to keep it under control. If you plan to use it as green manure, chop and drop it before it goes to seed and turn it back into the soil. No more synthetic fertilizer dependency. The real magic kicks in once the clover starts working with the microbes in your soil. You'll start noticing richer color in nearby plants, improved fruit production, and fewer pest problems overall. Your soil will smell richer, look darker, and feel looser in your hands. That's not just coincidence, that's life returning to your soil. Unlike synthetic nitrogen sources, clover's nitrogen is released slowly and organically. It won't burn your crops or leach into waterways. It builds instead of depletes. Over time, clover creates a self-sustaining cycle where fertility builds naturally, with no chemical input required. That's how traditional farmers kept their soil rich for centuries, through smart use of cover crops like clover. A living blanket that never stops giving. Clover also acts as a living mulch. It keeps soil cool in the heat and protects it from erosion during rains. It smothers weeds without any backbreaking labor and draws in pollinators with its gentle blooms. Whether you're growing tomatoes, beans, corn, or kale, a bed surrounded by clover is a healthier bed, period. For year-round coverage, combine clover with oats in the fall. The oats will die back in the cold, but the clover will overwinter and pop right back up in spring, ready to go to work again. It's that resilient. one planting can continue to benefit your garden for seasons to come. If you've tried compost, fertilizers, and crop rotation, but still find yourself battling lifeless dirt, it might be time to go back to the basics, and nothing is more basic, more natural, or more powerful than clover. It's not a gimmick, it's biology working in your favor. Start small if you need to, but try it, because once you've seen what clover can do, you won't want to go a single season without it. So if you're serious about reviving your soil, stop fighting nature, and let clover work its quiet underground magic.